birth of Netflix, a 10-minute story. In the mid-1990s, California was buzzing with the energy of the new digital age. The internet was still slow, noisy, and unpredictable. But to a handful of dreamers, it felt like the beginning of something enormous. Among those dreamers was a tall, thoughtful entrepreneur named Reed Hastings, and his energetic, sharp-witted friend and colleague Marc Randolph. Neither of them knew it yet, but they were on the edge of building something that would transform how the entire world watched movies. The story, as many retell it, begins not in a boardroom or a brainstorming meeting, but in a car. Reed and Marc often drove together from Santa Cruz to Silicon Valley, discussing ideas the way some people discuss weather or sports. They tossed around concepts ranging from customized shampoo to personalized dog food. Most of these ideas stayed exactly where they were born, on the freeway between exits. But one idea refused to fade. At the time, Reed was frustrated. He had rented a copy of Apollo 13 from a local Blockbuster store. He enjoyed the movie, but not the surprise waiting for him afterward. A $40 late fee. The charge seemed unfair, outdated, almost insulting. As he thought about it, Reed began to wonder, why should watching a movie require penalties, strict return dates, and the pressure of a video clerk reminding you to rewind the tape? Entertainment should feel free, flexible, enjoyable. One day, as Reed walked into a store and saw a small display of shiny, lightweight DVDs, an idea clicked into place. DVDs were thin, durable, and could fit inside a standard envelope. Suddenly, a wild but logical question appeared in his mind. What if movies could be delivered by mail? When Reed shared this thought with Marc, something electric happened. Marc, who loved testing ideas quickly, immediately suggested they try a real-world experiment. They bought a music CD from a store, slipped it into an envelope, and mailed it to Reed's house. If the disc arrived undamaged, their theory might work. The next day, Reed opened his mailbox, and there it was. The disc was perfectly fine. At that moment, an entirely new business model opened before them. They envisioned a company where people could browse a massive catalog of movies online, click a button, and receive a DVD at home a few days later. No due dates, no late fees, no frustrated families searching their living room couches for a missing video cassette. Just convenience and freedom. In August 1997, the idea officially came to life as Netflix. At first, the service was simple. Users ordered DVDs online and returned them when they were done. But Reed and Marc quickly realized that convenience alone wouldn't beat Blockbuster. They needed something unique, almost magical, something that made movie lovers feel understood. So they developed a system called the subscription model. Instead of paying per rental, customers paid one monthly fee for unlimited movies. No due dates, no pressure, just movies delivered like clockwork. It was a radical shift, and people loved it. Still, the world wasn't immediately impressed. Blockbuster, the giant of the video rental world, laughed at the idea of DVDs in the mail. The CEO at the time even turned down an offer to buy Netflix for $50 million. To him, Netflix looked like a small experiment, not a threat. But Netflix didn't disappear. Instead, it adapted. Reed and Marc believed that entertainment should be shaped around the viewer, not the other way around. So they built something groundbreaking. A recommendation algorithm that learned what each user liked. If someone enjoyed mystery films, Netflix suggested more mysteries. If someone loved romantic comedies, Netflix filled their homepage with them. For the first time, a service didn't just offer movies. It understood you. Then in the mid-2000s, a quiet revolution began. Internet speeds were improving. YouTube was exploding. People were watching more and more online content. Reed saw another turning point approaching. The future wasn't discs in the mail. The future was instant, on-demand streaming. In 2007, Netflix introduced streaming to its subscribers. At first, the catalog was small and limited, but it was a seed that would soon grow into a global forest. People no longer had to wait for DVDs to arrive. Entertainment flowed directly from the cloud into their living rooms, laptops, and eventually their phones. Watching a movie became as easy as taking a breath. Then came the next bold leap: original content. Instead of just streaming other studios' shows, Netflix wanted to create its own. Against all advice, Reed approved an enormous budget for a political drama produced by David Fincher and starring Kevin Spacey. Traditional networks rejected the idea, but Netflix saw potential. When House of Cards launched in 2013, it wasn't just a hit. It was a declaration. Netflix wasn't a rental service anymore. Netflix wasn't just a streaming platform. Netflix was becoming a global entertainment studio. After that, the company expanded like wildfire. It created shows in dozens of countries: Spain, Germany, India, South Korea, Mexico, and beyond. It invested in animation, documentaries, stand-up comedy, international films, and even interactive movies. It became the place where unknown creators got a chance and where new genres were born. Blockbuster once a mighty empire, vanished from the map. Netflix, the tiny startup born from a mailed CD experiment, became a cultural force. Its red logo became a symbol recognized everywhere, from New York to Nairobi, from Tokyo to Bishkek. Netflix and chill became part of modern language. Streaming became the new normal. But behind all its success, the spirit of the company remained the same as in that car ride years ago. Curiosity, innovation, the willingness to question old rules, and above all, the belief that entertainment should be accessible, personal, and enjoyable. Today, Netflix stands not just as a company, but as a reminder that world-changing ideas often begin in ordinary moments. A long drive, a simple frustration, or a single envelope with a disc inside. Reed Hastings and Marc Randolph didn't set out to conquer Hollywood. They simply wanted to make watching movies easier. And from that small idea came a revolution that reshaped how billions of people relax, escape, laugh, learn, and dream.